Hello and welcome to the conference call. My name is Chris Edwards. I'm one of your co-hosts, and I'm here with my other two co-hosts, TJ and Rex. Fellas, how y'all doing today?
Well, I've sat by the river.
Oh my gosh, TJ, what's up?
I am okay.
Listen, he just fed right into the today's topic. So let's jump right into it. What does it mean to be too much?
That one right there.
Right there.
Cause what was that?
Yes.
What was this Negro spiritual you just lit into?
Was it?
That's what it sounded like to me. I thought
It was a Negro spiritless.
There you go. Yes, and that was too much.
Too much.
Wow.
Too much.
Wow. You missed it, TJ.
Oh, I did. What happened?
Nothing. You'll see it when it goes
Oh,
live.
Jesus.
Anyway, and for that, Rex, let's start with you. What does it mean to be too much? And what's your definition of that?
Too much is a complicated topic for me, but in an attempt to keep it simple, I think that too much can be anything that other people aren't comfortable with. And so I feel like if you feel like something is too much for you, then it's okay to remove yourself from the situation. But I don't think you should put limits on what other people could or should be because it's too much for you. So,
Unless they're a Karen.
yeah, well, yeah. There's no foolproof definition, I think.
Yeah.
Or a TJ.
Yeah. Wow.
Now what I do? Why my name being brought into it?
Well, because we were just talking about being a lot.
Uh-huh.
So
and you're the
it was
epitome.
a natural progression to talk about you.
I mean,
Okay,
yes, I
TJ.
can be a lot, but it's everybody else's fault for not being enough. So
Wow.
I'm just saying. Yes, as we were discussing this topic, what came to mind is for me was like, yes, me being probably a little too much, but in the context of like love.
Okay.
Of love?
Explain.
Excuse me. So
Expand.
So over the last maybe month or so ish, I have really been exploring, being more introspective about like self-love and love that you show for other people. And
Okay.
I feel as though I've come to the conclusion in my research and thinking about my past histories and whatnot, is that my love is immense, and sometimes it can be a little too much for people. And so when
And
you're
when you
trying
say
to
your love is immense, what are you speaking metaphorically or?
I am
This
talking
can
about
go
the love,
totally left.
honestly, the love that I try to give someone that I love or that I'm in love with can be a little too much, I find, for some people.
Okay.
So basically the reason that I don't say I love you to a lot of people is because I know a lot of people can't handle my flavor and my immensity of love. And I have proof of that because I've loved people and they just be like, oh, wait a minute. Whoa, this is a lot. I don't even really love myself. So it's hard for you to, so it's just, so when I think about being too much, that's what I think about.
I understand where you're coming from, but I just want to kind of push back a little bit. When you say that people can't handle your love, that means you have not met the right person that is meant for you.
Possibly, most likely.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
when you give out your love, that other person should be able to receive it and give it back to you in this, not to say equally, but along the same lines. You know what I mean? Yeah,
So
never
the kind of love that you're
discount
describing,
yourself.
is that specifically romantic love, or is that all your love in any variety?
I would say romantic love. I kind of compartmentalize romantic love and platonic love. And so platonic love for me is much milder. Romantic love is wild. And
So
that and
we've received the platonic love.
No, we haven't, girl.
No, about all that.
No.
Maybe a little bit of it, but that's what I'm saying. I and this is something I've talked to my therapist about. It's like it's me telling someone that I love them. It really is a lot, and it takes a lot for me to say that because, again, for me, love is this big thing, which can be a little too much for some people.
Okay, but it should be, and you shouldn't be wheeling it around freely because I think a lot of times people just wheel it willy-nilly nowadays, and it loses its meaning. So when you say it,
I
you
agree.
mean it.
Yeah.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. So what do you think is too much, Chris?
For me, like people when they're too much, like that whole annoying factor, like trying to grab attention for no reason. Like you're in a space with other people and everyone's having a good time. And you got that one person that just needs to have all the focus and attention be on them, and they're doing annoying things that just like that irritates me. It's like, why? There's no need. Just relax, enjoy yourself, have a good time. There's no need for you to draw all of the attention to you. You know, everyone's going to give you that little bit of attention that you want, but like annoying people, Karens especially, and you know, even people in your family can be too much. Like does everyone have like that one family member that just like screams, "Oh, look at me, look what I can do"? I'm like, no, shut up. It's annoying.
I'm that family member.
Yeah.
But you know what though? Here's the thing. At least you can admit it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can't find the person that's too much in the group, you the person that's too much.
I find, you know, to be honest with you, like this topic is kind of a struggle for me because I find that when people say that, I don't know, that triggers me.
Says what?
That whole being too much.
You feel like it's being put on you?
Yeah, like because you know how you were just mentioning that people say that I love you things so freely that it starts to lose its meaning because they just throw it around willy-nilly and blah blah, you know, that kind of thing. So when I hear people say things like you're too much or talk about being too much, I feel like they do kind of the same thing with that comment, because what if being too much is your version of being your best self?
I feel like that's what it is. And I feel like there are a lot of people who are too much, but not in the negative sense, like the way Chris talked about. But I feel like there are a lot of people who are too much, but they're outnumbered by people who are not enough. And therefore, people who are not enough are always going to see people who are being too much as being like, why the fuck are you like this? But I feel like successful people, the people who are like game changers and do shit, are the people who are just too fucking much. So again, why are you not enough?
Yeah, you know, it's funny that you say that because like I don't know. I'm trying to think about it from both directions, right? Because I have people that I've been around and I'm just like, I call them, I don't say they're too much. I call them energy vampires.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah. So I'm just like, okay.
They suck the energy out of the room, out of everyone else.
They have the very little room for you to say what you're thinking or how you feel or talk about what you have wanted. And conversation with them feels more like
it's exhausting,
getting through a seminar than having a conversation, you know, that kind of thing. They don't make space for other people. But on the other hand, like I said, I've often been told that I was too much. So I kind of got okay with people saying that. It still annoys me, but
I try. I don't. No, I mean, I do. I get where you're coming from, and that's why sometimes like I feel I try to like step back a little bit. Sometimes like I'll just sit there and I'll listen versus just saying anything.
Is that right?
Yes.
Invite me the next time you're feeling that way.
You know what? But here's the thing, though. I think it's different when it's someone close to you versus like just regular people. You know what I mean? Like when it's between us, I can be too much, and I don't have a problem with it because it's just us. You know what I mean? And y'all can deal with it. But when it comes to other people, especially people that I don't know or people that us consider acquaintances, I know how to pull it back. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know, as Rex, as you were talking, I thought about somebody I met recently who I guess may have been a little too much. So she was.
Are you talking about that cat again, girl?
No, well, she was a bit too much, but no, I went to this event and this lady that I met, like she talked the entire night.
Oh,
and like no matter what the topic of conversation was, it's like she knew about it and she had something to say about it. And I was just like, I don't know, I guess I would call her too much. I would just say that she talked too much.
Like, girl, shut up.
Yes, just be quiet. Like, because it was her. First of all, the group I was in was already a small group anyway. And so she would always be the one kind of dominating the conversation. And so you're just like, I found myself several times just kind of having to like excuse myself from like the conversation or whatever. So yeah, I guess she would be considered too much.
You didn't go back to the group, did you?
Well, it was not possible to not go back into the group because again, it was only a few people here at this event. And so as you kind of went around the space or whatever, you would kind of naturally migrate back to, you know, the same group of people because there was only so many people there.
Yeah, someone in my family just passed away. I need to go and take care of that. That's one of those things where he's like, all right, it's time to leave.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah, I would always, several times I would do the, oh, I got a text and like, let me go check my phone real quick. Like I did that like several times because I was just like, yeah, let me just step away. Because not only was she talking a lot, she was talking about a lot of stuff that I just wasn't necessarily really interested in.
Girl, ain't that everybody? Do you know more than one person that talk about something that you're interested in? I know for a fucking fact it ain't me and Chris.
Well, that's true.
You know what? I think this conversation has come to its natural conclusion.
I mean, he said it, I did.
It is what it is. I think TJ's life is filled with people who think they mean more to him than they actually do.
I wouldn't say that.
Girl. Okay, girl. Go talk to Suzanne, the therapist, about it and get back to us.
Not Suzanne.
Give us our outro music shit.
Y'all are so fucking rude, trash bag.
Damn. I'm surprised you ain't played it already.
Fumble a bag. Now I will not fumble a bag.
Oh no.
All right. So listen, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our page, and then of course don't forget to check back and hit the notification button because we drop new videos every Thursday at noon. Next week's episode is going to be the season finale, so don't forget to tune in for that. Other than that, guys, we're out. Deuces.